Welcome to Quick to Movie, where we explore stories that peel back the human soul and expose what lies beneath. Today, we're stepping into a world where science crosses the line, where grief becomes obsession, and where identity can be stolen, reshaped, and controlled. A brilliant surgeon loses everything, and in the name of love and revenge, he decides to rebuild life in the most terrifying way possible. This is The Skin I Live In, a haunting journey through trauma, obsession, and the cost of playing God.
In a grand, isolated mansion hidden behind stone walls and iron gates lives the renowned surgeon Dr. Robert Ledgard. To the world, he's a miracle maker, but inside this house, he's something else entirely. Locked in a spotless room, watched by surveillance cameras, lives a woman, Vera. Graceful, silent, skin flawless like porcelain, almost too flawless. Every movement she makes is observed, every breath feels designed, and every inch of her existence belongs to him. Robert feeds her, studies her, touches her skin like it's a masterpiece, and maybe that's exactly what she is. But Vera isn't here willingly. She's a prisoner wrapped in beauty, and she has only one question. Who was I before this skin? Robert isn't just a surgeon. He is a man trying to conquer nature itself. After losing his wife to horrific burns, he becomes obsessed with creating the perfect, fire-resistant artificial skin. A skin that defies pain, damage, even biology. He breaks ethics, laws, limits. He tests animals, then tissue, and finally, he tests Vera. She's his experiment, his creation, his second chance. But outside this house, whispers grow. His methods aren't legal. His research isn't human. Yet Robert doesn't care. He isn't healing anymore. He's replacing.
One afternoon, chaos shatters the mansion's quiet perfection. A masked intruder, wild-eyed, desperate, forces his way inside. He sees Vera on a monitor and storms toward her room. "Beautiful," he whispers. "You're alive." His words send a chill through her, as if he's seen her before. He lunges. She screams. Robert races home, fury burning in his eyes. A gunshot rings through the hall. The intruder falls, dead. And in the silence that follows, a secret surfaces. That violent man was Robert's half-brother, and somehow he recognized Vera. Nothing in this house is what it seems.
We rewind. Years earlier, Robert had a family, a loving wife named Gal, and a daughter, Norma. Until tragedy struck. Gal fled with a lover, the very man Robert killed. But after a fiery crash, she returned to Robert burned and broken. He cared for her, obsessively. But when she saw her ruined face, she chose death. She jumped right in front of her daughter. Norma never recovered, her mind shattered. She feared every man, even her father. One day, she too leaped from a window. Robert's love died twice. His world turned to ash, and from those ashes his darkest idea was born.
Enter Vicente, a carefree boy working in his mother's boutique. A boy who crosses paths with Norma at a garden party. A misunderstanding, a panic attack, a moment of terror that spirals into tragedy. Vicente didn't know, but Robert did. And grief has a hunger that reason cannot feed. Robert kidnaps him, shaves him, drugs him, locks him in a basement like a forgotten animal. And then the surgeries begin. Not to harm him, but to change him. Bone by bone, cell by cell, Vicente disappears, and Vera is born in his place. Not a woman by choice, but a prisoner by force, sculpted into the memory of Robert's dead wife.
Years pass. Vera learns his voice, his habits, his weaknesses. She pretends to love him, right down to her trembling hands. But inside, Vicente is still screaming. One night, Robert lets his guard down. He believes she loves him. He believes she's his creation, loyal, grateful, perfect. And that's when she moves. A hidden gun, a single shot. Robert collapses. She walks downstairs. Marilia stands frozen in horror. A second shot. Silence. For the first time in years, the house is free, because Vera is free.
Vera returns to the boutique. Her hands tremble. Her voice cracks. This world feels familiar and foreign at the same time. She looks into her mother's eyes and whispers, "It's me, Vicente." Not a woman, not a creation, not a possession. A soul reclaiming its name, its history, its body, even if it no longer fits. And in that moment, the skin she lives in becomes nothing more than a cage she has finally escaped.
Thank you for watching Quick to Movie, where cinema reveals the darkest corners of the human heart. If you felt this story, if it shook you the way it shook us, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. More unforgettable stories are waiting. And trust me, the next one will stay under your skin too.